Kristen. Good morning and welcome to a special episode of our monthly marketing meetup. I am so excited. We're pivoting today. So real quick, normally we are actually live in about, I think 30 minutes or so, and we go live with Real Social. But those ladies had some amazing things going on, and it presented the perfect opportunity for us to pop in here and just do a quick live with my good friend, Tara. If you don't know Tara, she is the CEO of the Real Estate Edit, and she is also the creator of the Women's Real Estate Summit, which is an amazing virtual event. And so, hi, friend, how are you?
How are you? I'm so excited to be here. I cannot wait to talk about all the things.
Me too. And I'm so excited because both Kristen and I get to speak on this, but just like starting, like what the heck is the Women's Summit? Like, what does it consist of? I mean, I know all the amazingness and I've seen the lineup and I know all the things, but for those that are in moms in real estate that are whether they're brand new to business or they're seasoned agents, what is this?
Great. Okay. So the Women in Real Estate Summit is an all virtual, so you can totally stay in your PJs all day. It's an all virtual event, 5 days of learning, growing, networking, all the things. It is a ton of fun. We are on year 5 of hosting this summit. It's February 24th through the 28th. We have 38 incredible speakers. Obviously, Randy and Kristen are going to be joining us as part of those speakers, but we really tap into all the things that you need for your business. So we talk a lot about mindset and business growth and scaling systems. We also talk about lead generation, marketing, social media. We talk about passive income, literally all the things. So the cool thing about this is that because there is such a variety of topics, you can really tap into what you need in your season of business. Because what I found is what you need in year 1 is not what you need in year 7. So you can really pick and choose based on what you need to learn. If you're somebody that's like, I really want to dive into reels this year or video, and I want to learn how to leverage that, you have the opportunity to pick those presentations that really resonate with you. There's a lot of topics around different niches and lead generation. So it really is good if you're someone that feels like they're throwing spaghetti at the wall right now, trying to get business, and you want a more systematized way to get leads. If you're somebody that's like, if you're interested in probate leads, that's an option for you. So there's a lot of different really cool facets to the summit as far as learning goes. But then we have a private Facebook group for the week of the summit, and it is just filled with chatter, fun, support, networking. You can get an accountability buddy if you're someone that's like, I just want somebody to check in once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever it looks like for you. You can connect with somebody that's on that same level and create relationships that way too. So it's a ton of fun. I'm so excited about this year because it is our largest summit that we've ever hosted as far as speakers go.
Oh my goodness. Well, so many things that you said were like so good. And I just kind of want to reiterate them because it's important. So you said like you have 38 powerhouses that are from multiple brokerages across the country in multiple markets. But the unifying factor is these are agents that are actively in the trenches. And so I think that that's important too, because so often, people are disconnected. Like the old brick and mortar way of business is that there's like a trainer that, sits back in the back of the office and he like trains on the thing he's been training on for like 30 years. And so what I love about this is whether it is, like you said, whether it's lead gen, whether it's social media, whether it's community building, whatever it is, they're actively in the trenches doing that, right?
Yep, 100%. So we go through a whole process that takes about 2 months as far as finding our speakers. So we look for speakers, industry leaders, top producers, people that have proven levels of success that can actually show metrics that they have done what they're teaching you. So it's really, really powerful. And did I mention, by the way, that this event is free? I don't know.
I don't think you did. And that's the kicker. Like there's so many agents that are like, where can I go get this? And where can I go get that? And of course, there's always the ability to go deeper and people's time needs to be respected. But I think that's the thing that blew my mind. I see just a small glimpse of what Tara does on the back end to put this event together. And I just yesterday was texting her and I'm like, how do you do this? Like the amount of like moving parts and vetting. And like she said, the Facebook group and the accountability and the way that she creates this event to just be so interactive and make you feel like you're part of something, even though it's virtual, is huge. And it is free, right? Like what was the heart behind that?
Well, here's the thing. I started my business, and when I got into real estate, I had some really negative experiences. I had negative experiences as a woman in the industry. And I also had negative experiences as far as the competition in the industry. And I wanted to switch that up. I did not like that. I felt like there was enough business for all of us. And I also felt like it was really difficult, especially when I first started the summit. It was really difficult to connect with people that had been there and done it. Because a lot of times if you go, and I actually have this question happen all the time in my group, or this instance where an agent is like, how do you guys get information? Because I'm reaching out to people in my market that are successful, and they are totally blowing me off. And I felt bad. I felt sad for that. And I was like, it shouldn't be that way. There are so many amazing ladies out there that are willing to share their knowledge. We just need to get them all in one place. So that was essentially what really kind of kicked the thing off, was like, I need to put all of these amazing ladies that are willing to share what they know in one place, and then bring together women that basically feel the same as I did when I was, in the trenches. And the first year, the feedback was just incredible, and it just has kept growing ever since.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. So how does, and obviously we're going to, in the comments, and we're also going to be emailing out, and we'll probably, go live one or two more times before this event actually happens. But how do they go about like getting involved and signing up?
Yes. So on the website, you're going to go to thewomeninrealestatesummit.com, and you can register for your free ticket. And that's it. Now, I do want to mention one thing too. If for some reason, because I have seen some of the comments, people are like, oh my gosh, like I'm on vacation that week, or that seems like a lot of information. It's because it is, which obviously is the whole point. We don't want to overwhelm you. So with that being said, there is an option to upgrade your pass. And I just want to make it very clear. You get everything for free, okay? But if for some reason you are in a position where you're going to be out of town and you're going to miss the presentations, or you want to keep them for long term and to reference back to, you can upgrade your pass, and it's like a very nominal fee. It's like under $150 for you to upgrade your pass right now. And then you get lifetime access to all of the presentations. And then all of the speakers, chef's kiss to all of them, they actually provided bonuses on top of that. So with their presentation, they have mini courses, ebooks, guides, templates, all the things that you need to plug and play into your business that correlate with whatever their niche or specialty is. So it's an incredible opportunity for you to have all of that. And I know quite a few agents that have been really grateful that they've upgraded that pass, because they reference it. Like I said, where you're at now is not where you're going to be at in a year. Exactly. So you're going to have different needs, and you can always go back and reference that. So I did want to let you know that you're
right? Yeah. It's like building your own library of information when it's needed. And that was one of my other takeaways when you were first explaining it, is that I have that same conversation around brokerages. Like it's so funny to me when somebody asks a question and everybody's like, this is the brokerage you need to be at. And I'm like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know where they need to be at? I mean, there might be a good probability, but it is so dependent on where they are in their business, what that season looks like, what they're looking for in their business. And I think as agents, one of the hardest things is not to be distracted by the wrong things. And so when you were first sharing like the model, I was like, man, I love that, because like, be intentional. Yes, it sounds good. Yes, it sounds great. Like, oh my goodness, that YouTube, presentation sounds amazing, but I'm not focused on YouTube. So I'm gonna go do the 2 that I'm focused on and be out. It's kind of like networking events. I always say, like, I'm going in, I'm having 3 meaningful conversations. When I have them, I'm out, right? So it's kind of the same thing. But when you upgrade to that package and you can put this in your vault, then 6 months from now, when it's time to take on YouTube, you're like, oh, let me go over here. And so I love that.
Yep. It definitely gives you things to pull on. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, how many attendees are there usually?
We have anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 ladies that join us each year.
So that's why that Facebook group is like, it is like a party in the Facebook group, because you've got thousands of women there, right?
Yes, it is incredible. It's so fun. And like I said, it really isn't about us during that time. You have the opportunity to actually ask questions to these speakers, because they're going to be inside the Facebook group for that week. So imagine if you had access. Imagine if you were in a room with 38 top producing agents and they were open books for a week. I mean, I don't know any place else that you can get that kind of knowledge and support for free. So it is such a good time. It's so much fun. If you have ever been curious about a specific thing in your business, or a specific industry leader, top producer, or coach, and you're like, what are they all about? This is kind of your face test.
That is such a good point, because it is hard. Like, I remember, to your point, when I got in the business, it was the business remains very cannibalistic, unfortunately, and the gatekeeping is off the charts. But we do have a lot of people that have kind of taken the stance of like, I'm going to be abundant and I'm going to share it all. And it started to change the landscape slowly but surely, right? And so it's funny though, because I just feel like this is like, it can be hard, because you'll see like the stats, or you'll see the numbers, and they're super impressive, and that's great and that's amazing. But at the same token, it's like, is it my person? Like, do their values align? Is their style? I was on a call recently, and the person I was on a call with was no doubt a powerhouse, like no doubt a powerhouse. But I instantly, and this isn't good or bad, this isn't right or wrong, but I instantly was like, but not my person. Like, she's a powerhouse, kudos to her, just not my person. Like, I want what this call's about, but then like, that's all I want, right? And so your point is so accurate. Like, you get to actually engage and like get to know them more. And that's what's one of the most powerful things, is like finding the right alignment in this industry, and then staying surrounded by that alignment, because that alignment should be where you want to be, right? Like, where you're going and where your goals are all the way around. We talked about this recently on one of our shows, but sometimes we get focused like, oh, we want that person's production, but do you want their life? If you would hate their life, you probably don't want what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%. It's so funny. I was actually thinking about this morning as I was getting ready, because it reminds me almost of high school in a way. If you think of high school and you think of how there's the cool kids table, and you're like, do I really like the cool kids table? Because now that I'm established and I'm looking back, I'm like, that cool kids table wasn't so cool. I don't know that I really want to be a part of that. You know, so it is one of those things where I think alignment is such a good word, because we're not meant for everything. We're not meant for, for things that just don't serve us and our lifestyle. And so I think that when you get in a room like this, you're able to find who your people are. And it's okay that not everybody is your person. I think that's perfectly normal. And I agree with the gatekeeping. That is definitely one of the things that I was like, no gatekeeping here. That's actually one of my rules when you come in as a speaker, is like, hey, listen, I get that you are valuable, but you need to be an open book this week. Like, this is for them to really get to know you and build relationships. And obviously, we don't want the attendees gatekeeping either. We want them to be open books, because they're smart, they're intelligent, they have amazing value to give. And we want that inside of the group, especially during the summit. So
oh, I love it. All of this just makes me more excited and more honored that we get to do this. And so watch out in the group. We're going to be sharing some more information. Our emails, if you're not in our Moms in Real Estate email list, make sure you comment and let us know, because we'll get you on that email list. We're going to be sending out an email specific with the information for the summit. And so, Tara, thank you so much for just taking a few minutes and going live with me. I might try to bribe you to come back in here, and not to give too much away, but I feel like in time to come, Tara and I and Kristen are going to have all kinds of goodness for you ladies, because we are just on a mission to continue to level moms up in real estate, and women, right? And women. So thank you, friend. I appreciate you so much.
Of course. No problem. Thank you for having me. I hope to
You're
see you
so
guys here.
welcome. Yes. Bye, guys.